Hello students, today we are going to learn a beautiful poem, Song of the Open Road, written by Walt Whitman. Let us learn about Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was born in West Hill, Long Island, New York on May 31st, 1819. He died on 26 March 1892 in Camden, New Jersey, US. He had taken death as one of his major themes in his poetry. Whitman has been called as the poet of family, poet of science and democracy, and being an American poet, essayist and journalist, he has widely considered as American father of free verse. This poem, Song of the Open Road, is a perfect example of free verse style. It was first published in the second edition of Leaves of Grass in 1856.
Now let us first understand what is free verse. Free verse is an open form, which means it has no predetermined structure and no prescribed length. Since there is no rhyme scheme and no set metrical pattern, there is no specific rule for the lines. In free verse poetry, poet tries to capture image, convey meaning or emotions through the use of lyrical phrases. In free verse poetry, poet use figurative language to create these phrases.
Let us see the explanation of the poem Song of the Open Road stanza wise. Let's see the first stanza. Afoot and light-hearted I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me leading wherever I chose. Here, with the word afoot means progress or in preparation. Light-hearted means cheerful and carefree. Open road means road of life. Here in this stanza, we can see that the poet is about to set out on his journey on an open road. He finds himself of healthy body and mind. That means poet was calm, unworried, full of carefree spirit. Or we can say he is settling his journey with hope and confidence. He feels confident that he himself will choose his own destiny and is strong enough to meet the challenges of life. He is the controller of his life journey. He can choose his own way. Let's see the poetic devices of this stanza. In this first line, we can see the sound of T has been repeated, so alliteration is there. Here the road has been indirectly compared to the road of life, so metaphor is there. The correct order of the words are, I take the open road, afoot and light-hearted, so inversion is there. In the second line, again the words are not properly arranged. The correct order of the words are, the healthy free world before me, so inversion is again there. In the third line, you can see the sound of L has been repeated, so alliteration is there. And the road has been given the animate quality of leading, so personification is also there. Let's see the next stanza. Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, quillless criticisms. Strong and content I travel the open road. Here the word henceforth means now onwards. Quillless, complaining. Whimper means cry. Criticism is expression of disapproval. Now here in this stanza, the poet tells us that he does not have to pray for his good fortune or for his good luck, because he himself is going to be the maker of his own luck, the maker of his own destiny. Here, poet believes that good fortune or destiny is not external. It is within one's power, in one's own hands. So now onwards, he is not going to cry or feel weak about anything he is not able to achieve. He will stop finding excuses for postponing things. He rejects the indoor life, the life filled with complaints, the life filled with insensitivity, and he stops criticizing on small things. Here we can say that he turns to a new way of life, a life full of new possibilities. He finds himself strong and satisfied in a state of happiness while traveling on that road. Here in this stanza, we can see the trait of acceptance and self-sufficiency of the poet. Let's see the poetic devices. In the first line, word good fortune and I is repeated, so repetition is there. In the second line, the sound of N has been repeated, so alliteration is there. Again here, the word no more have been repeated, so repetition is there. In the third line, the sound of K has been repeated in the word complaint, querulous, criticism, so alliteration is there. Then here, the sound of the consonant S has been repeated, so consonance is also there. We can see tautology is there because complaint and querulous express same meaning. Transfer epithet is also there because here we can see the phrase indoor complaints and querulous criticisms. In the last line, the correct order of words are I travel the open road strong and content. So here we can see the poetic device. Let's come to the third stanza. The earth that is sufficient. I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Here the word constellations means influential group of people. Sufficient means enough and suffice is verb form of sufficient. In this stanza, the poet separates himself from other people. He needs no more influential people, or we can say powerful people, to help him to decide his destiny. He had freed himself of the elite society that surrounded him. The earth is sufficient for him means that the nature is itself a great road for traveling souls, and he knows that the earth will fulfill all his desires. Here the poet means acceptance of life and reluctance to be surrounded by influential people. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. The poet wants to convey that the people who belong to the influential group of society are content with what they have and with their routine lives. And he knows that it's enough for them and it suits to those to whom it belongs. The poet does not desire stardom or any name and fame to show off. And we are not going to find the poet in the group of these influential people anymore. Let us see the poetic device. In the very first line, the sound of the syllable T has been repeated, so alliteration is there. In the second line, consonance is there because the sound of the consonant T has been repeated. In the third line, we can see the sound of W has been repeated, so alliteration is there. The word they are has been repeated here, so repetition is there. The correct order of the words here are, where they are, I know they are very well. So we can see the poetic device inversion also. In the last line, we can see the sound of the syllable T has been repeated here. So alliteration is also there. Let's see the fourth stanza. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will fill them in return. Here, with the word delicious means pleasant. Burdens are old memories. Here in this stanza, the poet refers his burdens as pleasant. Here he wants to convey that instead of running away from his burdens like his old memories, he would carry all of them, he would accept all of them along with him during his journey. One cannot relish burdens, but poet accepts those burdens as pleasant one. It shows trait of acceptance of the poet. He is filled of those memories and cannot get rid of them, even do not want to get rid of them. Here poet wants us not to define him by his burdens, because he has moved ahead in life but also accepted his past, and he carries all his delicious burdens around without hesitance. Memories are fragments of our past and will remain like filament in our mind. And poet himself even do not want to get rid of them. He does carry fond memories of people along the journey, and he will return the favor by filling their hearts by fond memories as well. So again, here we can see the poet's trait of selflessness over here. Let us see the poetic devices. In the very first line, the word delicious and burden express opposite meaning. So paradox is there. Then here the old memories are indirectly compared to sweet delicious. So metaphor is there. In the second line, words like I carry them are repeated, so repetition is there. Then the sound of M and W has been repeated here, so alliteration is there. We can see that the two opposite words men and women are placed in the same line, so antithesis is there. In the third line, again alliteration is there as the sound of I has been repeated here. In the last line, we can see the word them has been repeated, so repetition is there. So that was all in the explanation of this poem, Song of the Open Road. Here we come to know that the poem revolves around three major themes, mainly freedom, joy, and optimism. We will learn about these themes in our next video of appreciation of this poem. So for that, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Till then, bye-bye and thank you.